welcome to our listeners. Listen, there is so many wild headlines happening. But before
the headlines are hot.
The headlines are hot. I mean, and I'm not talking Iran, and I'm not talking the man in the office.
We're talking those too. We're not going to talk about those, but those also hot.
All I'm saying is Tuesday, next Tuesday, this Tuesday, I'm not sure we're all going to be.
Oh, did he give a deadline? See, I heard someone say something about that.
He said something about Tuesday. It's all going to be over for the entire country. Not ours, theirs. Anyway.
Well, also ours then.
We're all done. I will say that I took a break and I went to the mall, have a few days off, and then I realized,
why do malls still exist?
And I actually don't think they exist.
They don't.
They are called a structure. They're a structure but with no substance or nothing inside.
Nothing.
Because I will love 2 pairs for $30 any day. But when
what?
every
2
single
pairs of
store,
shoes or pants or socks or what?
Everything felt like, I felt like every store we walked by, my girlfriend's in town, she needed a wedge.
Shoe.
Let's just a wedge shoe. Clear. Let's just say we ended up with getting some Stuart Weitzman's, but it was not
at the mall.
And so we left. It was 30 minutes. It was quick. I felt like we walked up, down, out. It was quick. And then I was like, wow, like this is why I shop online or when I'm traveling. Yeah. It was kind of sad. I don't know.
Malls used to, obviously.
I used to love a Sherman Oaks Galleria.
Of course you did.
I loved the Galleria. I loved the Galleria.
I feel like the malls, used to be like the center of your like life. Like everything revolved around a mall.
Teenager's life. Right.
Yeah. Now you go in. Although I will say, I'm trying to think of the last mall I went to. Oh, I went with my girlfriend for a walk because it was so hot outside, and we just walked the mall. Like
you're gonna see housewives doing walks
with a baby. But I also feel like there are a lot of teens there. Teens are still at the mall. I don't think they're shopping, but I think they're just like
movie theater.
Yeah, they're doing whatever we did as teens because it's a place that you can tell your parents you're getting out. You lie to your parents, tell them you're going to mall.
School, you're
go to the food court. There
was a lot of, you know what? There was a lot of activity at the Poke Bowl food court section. Yeah, there was a lot. Court. So listen. If you still go to a mall, blessings. If you're probably in the Midwest, and you might go to a mall. But
not that type of stereotype.
Listen,
you mean in the cold?
Yes.
Or the South in the hot.
Yes. You're in a mall. You're not going.
The Mall of America. Have you ever been to the Mall of America?
No, never. Because it's in.
It's in Minnesota. I went to the Mall of America. When I worked at a nonprofit, they held their walk, like their charity walk, in the mall. Because it was in February and it's like 5 degrees and you can do 2.5 miles in that mall.
Right.
But there's like amusement parks in there. There's roller coasters. But even this is probably, 10 years ago. Even then the malls were already going downhill. So it was like 3 Victoria's Secrets, 3 Bath and Body Works, 3, but
blessings. You know what? Blessings. Listen, I'm going to say we found some shoes. We found some bags. We found some belts. We found some tracksuits.
I found a tracksuit. Segue to what?
I needed a travel tracksuit.
Explain more. What material? Is it? Are we talking Adidas, like double striped?
Yes,
it triple, was whatever there.
It was Adidas.
Okay.
It was a little bit of a puff. It had a little bit of graffiti on it. It was a very colorful, very high style.
Is it Adidas and Farm Rio?
I don't remember.
Crossover?
Okay, I'm going to say
I already know what it is. I already know what it looks like. Is it green? And it kind of has like a tropical...
It had a tropical look.
Okay, it's their crossover with Farm Rio. I'm going to give it to you on that because I'm a Farm Rio person.
It was very cute.
And I happened to be at Nordstrom Rack, and I saw that they had a Farm Rio
And I will say,
a couple pieces.
This is the kind of stuff you have when you're in the airport. I always need layers. So good tracksuit. I'm not the ones that want my.
People always say that people want layers. I feel like I do get chilly on planes, but
yes,
I cannot have thick layers. I gotta have thin layers. I get hot in the airport.
Well, all I know is I have a few trips I need to take. So I will say
look so bad. Did you get like a new pair of hoops too? And I'm not shitting on you because the last trip I took, I went to the Adidas store and got myself a track jacket. So I'm not shitting on you.
But
I just know what it is.
Let's just say one thing, because my wife does listen. Let's just say the bag is not in the house right now because she's in the living room. So my friend, she said, "Are you bringing the bag in?" No, because girl. I bought some Sam Edelson sandals for the vineyard.
You said, no, I'm not bringing it in. And what you will do is shut your mouth if you want to stay here tonight.
Right. I'm like, I'm going to need you to, the Sam Edelson.
Isn't it it's Edelman. You started this episode so black. You were just saying Edelsons.
No, whatever they are.
Edelman,
but I love
Sam Edelman.
I will say, favorite shoe.
Shopping for the vineyard, we're 5 months out. And
my wife's birthday
is your
Wednesday.
Wife's birthday.
My wife's birthday's in a couple days. By the way,
you know what? I'm so proud of you for really putting everybody in front of you.
The cake is coming. I'm just saying, somehow, and it's funny because I went with my friend. She is like, "How did you end up spending more?"
A shocker. You're like, "Look, you see, we're doing something for someone else. You were putting yourself. You're like, let me take you."
Listen, well, I will say. We did do something for my wife. My wife got a new tattoo today.
Oh, very
so exciting. That was part of when we first got together at our wedding. She and Marcel talked about getting a tattoo together. Well, 8 years later, hasn't happened. It never happened. So they went today. It was really fun. So
what year did you guys get married?
We got together. Well, we got married in 2018.
Nice. We got married in 2017. I just had to remember that today.
Yeah. So anyway, listen, there's a lot to talk about. I want to say one thing, and let's just say 2 words. Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy.
I want to say something about, I don't know. I think that there's something to be said for respectability politics. He said something inappropriate. And then, because the women were dancing, they were like,
right.
And someone, maybe it was the millennials, booked Trick Daddy. I don't know who booked Trick Daddy, but someone who.
I don't know why you're putting that on millennials. He's 52. So that could have been a Gen Z booking. Gen X booking. It surely wasn't a Gen Z. They're like, Trick who? Granddaddy?
Trick. He is, and he does look like a granddaddy.
52. He does.
He did not wear
He doesn't look like anybody's 52.
Nobody's 52 that is in my circles, because my 52 is looking like 22. Hey, like myself.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
all I'm saying is, I think they treated him badly. I think he didn't deserve to be escorted.
Okay. I haven't seen any clips. That's not true. I've seen the clip of him on stage. I haven't seen how he's been treated.
Did you see the clip of them enjoying his performance?
No, what I saw was saw like 10 ladies dancing, and then like 2 lines in, it was like 8 ladies dancing. 3 lines in, it was like 1 lady left, and the other ladies like clutching their pearls, clutching their AKA pearls.
Hashtag, are y'all clutching them pearls?
Hashtag pink and green, hashtag pearls, hashtag Trick Daddy. Never did that make sense.
I don't know who booked
Baby,
him.
because I'm a thug. All day, every day. Baby, because I'm a thug.
All I'm saying is, whoever booked him, they should take responsibility. He was paid. He got paid.
Did he get paid?
He was wearing the colors. He was wearing the colors. He came in full pink and green, ready to perform. Hello, ladies. It was full. And he was asked to leave.
I pulled up some of his songs to read.
Excuse me, sir. Please leave the stage.
I picked up some of his songs to read, but I'm not going to because I like to
I think I
not
said it
be
already.
Flagged. I was already flagged. And we're deleting that, what you said.
I just want to know who listened to those songs before they called and said, you know what, for the AKA.
Well, everybody did, because they were thinking, they were flashing back to when they were in the club. And they were like, how do we make this fun? How do we make this feel like, back when we were, going to the club and whatever. And then they forgot what it was. And then they actually probably caught themselves, you're right, on some respectability, be like, these kids and their music these days. And then they took a look at Trick Daddy's.
You looked around and they said,
playlist, and they were like, we are them and they are we.
I'm going to allow them to go back to the closet to enjoy Trick Daddy in the privacy of their homes.
Right.
And, but listen, check your friends, check your booking person, check the committee.
Right.
Check that committee. Because also, it's not like, I'm going to say they got the invitation with Trick Daddy on the invitation.
Who's Trick Daddy's booking agent? Do you think it's the same woman who's been with him the whole time? I'm saying it's a woman because I already know it must be.
His wife or cousin?
It's got to be, and she's got to have been with him for a long time because she knew that this wasn't going to work out. But she said, we're going to do payment in advance.
You know,
and we're going to stay in the hotel for a week in advance. So we're going to need you to cover accommodations also.
You know what I want to Trick Daddy should get our shine because listen, we have said his name. Trick Daddy has had more people say his name than they ever have.
Right. Look, that's why I said I know a woman's working for him. That's how I know he has a woman behind him.
The woman be working.
She's smart.
The other thing, I want to say that there's a brother in space on the moon right now.
Is there?
There's a brother.
I have not seen that.
There's a brother on the moon.
I've not been. I know. I haven't been checking. I saw something that said, well, he's not on the moon. Aren't they just circling the moon?
So what happened? Captain Victor Glover is the first Black pilot assigned to a moon mission. He is not the first. Victor Glover.
Okay.
Glover. I don't know where you heard Glover. Glover. Captain. He's not the first.
He's the captain?
Captain Victor Glover.
Or are they all captains?
Girl, they're all captains. Let's say. He's the first, not the first astronaut, Black astronaut, because they've been saying he's the first brother. He's not. There was
Gail King. Excuse me.
But I will say, I don't know if you saw that. I'm going to post this. There was Essence magazine.
I've seen nothing.
Essence had this thing. I sent it to you. If you look in your text, I sent you. He was doing a thirst trap. He was greasing his body up on video in space. And what I tell you, I don't know. All I know is
52. Trick Daddy 52.
He's not Trick Daddy 52. We have to look. Now I have to look.
Okay.
Because I was actually very impressed by him. Not because he was.
So you're talking. So we're not here to talk about his.
He's actually he's 49.
Okay. So okay.
He's 49.
So Gail. So maybe Gail and him have something in common. She may want to go on a date.
His wife's name is Miss Odom.
So why was he posting thirst traps if he's married?
You have to. I don't think he knew it was a thirst trap. But when you start greasing up with no clothes on.
What makes you think he didn't know this? You usually don't give a Black man the benefit of the doubt. So what's making you say that?
Wow. That was really a rough one. When I tell you, if you look at the picture, the brother was greasing up. I will say right here. Just look up.
Okay. That's in space?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they could take the suits off.
Girl, look at what does that tell you? That's a thirst trap.
Oh my God, yeah. I honestly didn't think you could take those suits off. When have they made space so sexy? Ever since Gail was in that body yaddy yaddy.
She was looking good in there, but I will say, this is the article. I think we have undeniable proof that nothing can stand in the way of a Black person intent on staying moisturized.
He took shea butter to space.
And he was on his heels. Who cares about what your heels look like, brother? I need to know. So Captain,
getting ready for
Captain Glover. I mean,
or Glover, either
Glover.
One. We don't know.
I'm pretty impressed by him. I'm very impressed.
Okay, so is this called Crush Wednesday? Tanya sharing her crush. To full disclosure, everybody.
Jen, it's your birthday.
I'm very interested in Captain Glover. And
I'm just fascinated by taking your suit off, being half naked, and greasing up your ankles.
That would be a funny Halloween costume.
But I do think one thing is true. Gail is definitely jealous.
Gail's keeping her eyes on him, I'm sure.
Gail is about to report on him tomorrow morning. That picture is everywhere.
Oh, my God. Okay, what else you know what else is in chaotic news? These Los Angeles Olympic tickets. The LA Olympics have Southern California residents in a chokehold. I have seen people spend hours. I'm on text threads that I'm not even responding to because first of all, I'm like, everyone knows the Olympics are in 2 years, right? Like everyone knows 28 June of 2028, and it's 2026, not even June yet, right? So these people putting $2,000 out the door. I'm like, we might not be here next week. What are you actually doing? Like, I need them to have a beneficiary plan for all these tickets people are buying. $2,000, $5,000. I'm like,
they're ridiculous. Sorry. And listen,
what are you guys doing? And I feel like I'm a spoiler alert saying to people, there's going to be tickets available in 2 years, right? Like, you don't need to buy anything 2 years out. Maybe
full disclosure. Full disclosure, I signed up for the alert, right?
Oh, I signed up for the alert. I followed along. Yeah, sure.
I said, let me get on the alert. They gave me 3 days? They give you 3 days, right?
Right.
I think I said, let me just see if I can get some gymnastic tickets. I do have a friend I can call, or a few. But I said, let me see if I can get them. I'm just curious. Girl, I think I stayed on there. It kept dying. It kept rebooting. Right. There was this line. I said, you know what? I don't have this much time. I don't have this much energy or this much money. There's a Jill Scott concert, I'm sure, this year that I'm going to see this summer.
I'm even hesitant to do a take on this because I feel like somewhere you're going to clip me and put me on TikTok and it's going to be another loser ass take for the world to say. But
here's my
question. People who are paying $2,500 to see gymnastics in 2 years, I really hope that they are paying the $25 cost to go see gymnastics in LA every weekend.
You're not.
Every other weekend in the past month. Like, you could see an Olympian. Like, I've seen Jordan Childs.
You can see
in
her
person. You can see Simone Biles in person. Right. And I understand the part of the Olympics, right? I actually understand opening or closing ceremonies kind of more. I get it.
That could be fun. That could be fun.
It's okay, you're spending the money. I will never understand doing it 2 years out. And
But let's just be honest, you don't buy Beyonce tickets
until
early
the week before.
Either. And that's not 2 years out.
I'm sorry. 2 years is just
crazy.
2 years. At the rate we're going, people may not be coming to our Olympics. People might be like, we are good on
the World Cup. I was just thinking about the World Cup.
Right.
And I'm thinking, ice is everywhere.
I feel like 2 years out, whatever, blessings to everybody. And I hope you got the games you want to see. And I really hope.
You didn't spend $2,000.
I really hope you didn't. And I really hope that they're not going to be $200 in 2028. In 2 years.
I think in 2028, in the state of the world where there's a lot of children ain't eating and their gas prices are high, I'm going to need us to make some different decisions maybe.
This is where I feel like this, I'm like, am I living in the same world where it's
no.
1 second people are like, oh my God, eggs, gas prices are getting too high. Like, everything is inflation's going nuts. Black women are highest unemployment rates.
But let me get the basketball tickets for 2000.
But let me get the basketball tickets for the finals, even though I have no idea who's playing in any of those, for 2 years from now. What?
When you can actually volunteer. Oh, if you were to volunteer and sign up to volunteer, you actually probably can get into some of those.
I'd rather
things for free.
Yeah. Look,
there's volunteer opportunities.
Look, I know 45-year-old Jessica, it would be looking back at me being like, I know you didn't spend $2,000 2 years ago on some tickets that you could have bought from a scalper outside.
Not a scalper.
Also,
because
I feel like
T-shirt, and the T-shirt's going to be the best on the corner.
Like, here's the thing too. I also feel like support the. Remember that. Here's my plea. Remember that most Olympians are not 7, 8 figure professional athletes. So if you want to support their sport, support it right now, because 2 years from now, first of all, none of that money's going into their pocket. None. Go to a local tournament now. Like, go to their nationals now, because those folks are training right now, but they're also at their full-time job.
Right.
So you're paying $2,500 to see basically an NBA game. Tripping.
It was something much more important. We watched the game last weekend, and
you're talking about the women's.
I also, before we even go to that, I want us to acknowledge Dawn Staley.
Shout out, girl.
Shout out to those
being
hoops.
Another black woman. Being another black woman.
Malcolm X said it.
Having a white man in her face telling her what she's doing wrong.
Right. You didn't shake my hand. Okay. All I'm saying is nobody cared, and everyone stood 10 toes down and was ready to come for.
Look, the tea is coming out. They, Pat Summit, who's like
she wrote
the coach,
a book, right?
She wrote a book, right? People are getting. I've seen people doing live readings of the excerpts about Gino of her book.
His sexist ways.
He disrespected me. This anecdote where he was in a restaurant with her, and they were not at the same table, and he just kept yelling her name over to the point where she was like, "It's not funny.
Gross.
I'm leaving."
He sounds
like
gross.
He's just like attitude, ego.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean,
energy.
We've already talked about UConn, and you really had some loser-ass takes earlier. And so I just want to make sure that
I'm not coming for UConn fans.
I'm going to we do have to give up to UCLA, though. LA,
yeah, we
West
do.
Coast.
Shout out.
Come on.
And shout out to Corey Close. Also, big supporter of the Special Olympics, Corey Close. Have to say that. Huge shout out.
Nice.
Also, which this is a lot for me to even say that. I'm just going to go on the record. But also Lauren Betts. Even saying the words. Also, shout out to Lauren Betts, because she has done a lot for raising awareness around bullying, around anxiety, around depression. If you haven't read her Players Tribune article, Players Tribune is a fabulous place to read kind of first-person stories that athletes write about kind of their life and experiences. And she wrote a really powerful one last year about an time in her life that she went through and was battling anxiety and depression, and checked herself in somewhere and sought help. And she shouted out her therapist last night. So big shout out to Lauren Betts. I'm not going to go further than saying those two individuals. Shout out to all the individual women. I'm not shouting out the team.
UCLA, the women's champions. Thank you, and that's all. I guess.
And good night. Thank you, and good night.
Deuces. I will say, I was just talking about you today with my friend, and we were talking about the WNBA. There's a lot of activity happening.
Locked in my season tickets.
Locked in your season. Now, you may be hating on the Olympics, but.
Okay, the WNBA starts in a month.
Like a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, it's very exciting. I know you and Jen are happy there is actually a season. Blessings that there is one. And I know the when they kind of pull, what is it called?
Draft.
The selection.
The draft.
Yeah. The draft is starting in I think that's next week, right?
Yeah.
Or this week. Yeah, coming up.
This week is free agency opens. Last week was the expansion team draft.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And I heard all the girls are moving around.
I just realized I'm going to be in Toronto for the opening game of the Toronto Tempo. That's an expansion team.
Do we have time?
I'm going. I'm going to go for sure. It's
Did you
at
buy
night.
tickets? Did you get it?
No, I'm about to.
Okay.
Yeah, girl.
Jessica will follow. Jessica will travel for
some
games.
I'm going to buy some tickets if it's in the next 24 to 72 days out.
Okay.
You're not going to catch me.
Right.
I'm not buying them for the 2028 season.
Right. We're not going to catch you. What? When does the Sparks opening game?
Early May.
Okay. Yeah. My wife didn't get preseason tickets this year, so
don't worry. She'll be coming to some games with me, and she'll.
Oh, good. I'm sure she'll be happy. But yes, she wasn't sure. So regardless of, definitely there's a lot of things in headlines. We don't often talk about the White House, but there's also a lot of stuff happening in the world and with our troops, and just acknowledging the scary times we live in. I think that you can't just talk about Trick Daddy without really acknowledging the scary times we live in.
Yeah. We told you.
Are we back to the chili and the 8%, or are we at a 92%?
Yeah, I'm saying none of us should. I mean,
some of us are surprised.
Some people are surprised. Some of us.
Okay, not some. Some people seem a bit shocked that it's gone this far. I mean, Easter Sunday, woke up to some crazy things and comments that maybe they're talking about maybe that he's not fit, but I'm not sure we ever thought that was the case.
Yeah, girl. What do you, I mean, do you think anyone who listens to our podcast is going, you know what? I really.
Girl, you don't know, because now I feel like every 90s person that I love, every single 90.
They don't listen to our show. I said people who are choosing to listen to our show.
Chili probably doesn't listen to the show.
No.
Neither does Candace Owens, or neither does any of
I heard someone say it. T-Boz is just out on her own now.
I feel bad for her, because she has health issues that is directly impacted.
She needs some help. She's trying to make them coins. Meanwhile,
I think the concert may be canceled.
I think they'll be able to find another 90s.
Vogue, but there was one of the women who in
SWV
Vogue
just went on. What about 702?
You gonna replace that? What are you replacing them? What are you the promoter? I mean, what's going on?
I don't know. Escape 702.
I'm just saying, one of the women who's in Vogue is homeless right now, living in her car. So there's just some needs that, I mean, I pray for them to.
They should just announce that their tour is going to be in 2028, and they probably sell more tickets.
I can't. So we have entered officially in the middle of spring. Jessica, what are you looking forward to most besides WNBA games and a little bit travel here and there?
I don't know about besides. Women's basketball. I am so looking forward to women's basketball. It's this is the
women's
best
basketball
time of year.
hasn't stopped.
I know. It ramps up more and more, because it's you watch all this college,
now they're
and
paid.
Then you get to see this pocket of women transition into the W.
Yeah,
because there's a bunch of them who are going to now start playing the W, and the W has so many 55 free agents this year.
Yeah,
so it's going to be everyone's going to different teams. Angel Reese went to Atlanta. Big deal. Huge deal. I mean, that's
breaking news this morning, right?
That's right for her.
News today.
Yeah, it'll be huge for them. I'm really excited about that, because Atlanta should be a team that draws big crowds, and right now they play in a pretty small stadium. They sell it out, but they play in a pretty small stadium, and now with her, they'll be able to get a few more games in the big stadium, and that's a Black City. They need the support they can get.
So you've got Vegas, LA, Atlanta. Sounds like you might be getting some tickets.
Yeah, actually, she doesn't listen to my podcast, but I was going to say I need to send my goddaughter some tickets. But I told her I was going to send her some tickets in Atlanta, but that was before Angel Reese went on the team. So now I'm just probably doubled the price.
Them tickets about to be a little more expensive. You should have bought them tickets before. You tripped. Right. You were tripping.
So yes, excited about women's basketball. Doing a little spring travel, so not really that much though. But Jason and I are going to try to do something though. So that'll be nice. I mean, it feels like it's already summer here. I actually in my head thought that
it's not.
Yesterday was Memorial Day, and then I was like, it's Easter. It's not Memorial Day. What is happening? It's 89 degrees. 90 degrees.
People are on fire. And then across the country, I think people are still in snow. So the world it's kind of crazy right now.
The weather is really wild. I was like feeling like I was late switching my closet over. And I was even telling people I'm late switching my closet over. And then I'm like,
girl, it's only April.
It's only April.
It's only April. It's only April. I mean, you still can keep a jacket out just in case.
I kept some jackets out, but I put away all the sweaters. I mean, anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm excited about. I'll probably spend a lot more time outside. Got some new doctors. Tanya, you'd be proud.
You've finally found some good doctors. The interviews went a little rough.
Well, I still am waiting on one interview, but I did also find a new dermatologist. And she focuses on...
I need to go.
I need to give her to you. She focuses on skin discoloration for people of color in particular. So Black woman.
Oh my God, I need that.
Black woman, Princeton,
my T-zone is struggling.
Yale. So yeah, finding some new doctors, taking care of myself. Girl.
Yeah, Gabrielle. Listen,
living.
Gabriella said it last week. If y'all better take care of your own self because nobody's gonna take care of you. Just like my grandma used to tell me.
Oh God, not someone else reinforcing that hypervigilance.
I didn't need it, but I was happy to receive it. I was definitely happy to receive that.
I sent you both, you and Gabriella, after that interview.
Yeah.
A article. Which neither of you responded to me, trying to prove my own point right, because it's about the woman who they cut off her insurance and sent her to collections for 5 cents.
Yes. So your point
she had a overdue on, and I was like, see, this is why I was telling y'all.
But you realize collections doesn't mean the end of the world.
They cut her insurance off. So when she needed to go get care, and they said you can no longer have care because you didn't pay.
There's something odd about that story, though.
What's odd?
It just sounds crazy. It sounded crazy, actually. 5 cents? Is that where we're at?
I mean, I guess.
Listen, I was just exploring last week worldwide insurance, so I'd be covered everywhere, regardless of where I am.
What is that? Through like American Express, like travel insurance?
It would be insurance through. It would actually be an insurance policy that I would have, medical insurance, regardless of where I would be.
What is that setting you back?
And
that sounds
really
like
funny.
Olympic tickets.
You know, I will say this. I will say it was interesting getting the quote, right? So this is insurance. It would be for 2 people to have worldwide insurance with a PPO and be able to go to any private hospital in the world for traveling or not. It would run $400 a person.
Tanya, that $400 a person or $400,000?
$400
a month
person a month.
Well, Tanya, I don't know.
I pay about that.
There's a loophole. That's why I'm saying I feel like we need to.
It's a high deductible. I was saying it was a $10,000 deductible, but that means I get to $10,000 deductible. No, I read through it.
Did you send it to I know you read through it, but remember when Gabriella told us to phone a friend? Maybe you should send it to her.
I will say it was legit. It was through a PPO, and it was through Aetna.
Okay. So you know what? I think this would be very good for you for the listeners. Send it to Gabriella, and let's have her look at it and tell us. And let's have her tell us what, like she kept saying, what type of person this would be best for.
And what's the hole in it, right? You know, I'm paying $400 basically. It would airlift you if for some reason you had an accident and you needed to be airlifted with a private plane back to the U.S. You could.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, so let's send it to her and let's have her say, if you were to build the persona of the type of person who this would be good for, is it someone who like goes doctor a ton, who wants their own doctor, who flexibility? Let's have her build that out for us. I would love to see that. That doesn't seem that's less than
it's much
people
less.
Who I know who are freelance and are on the exchange, have an Obamacare plan.
It was interesting because I thought about that. I thought, so, I mean,
the ACA plans are like $800, $900.
It is an international plan that's rooted in another country, I would say, but it's global and it's covered in the United States.
Which country?
It's based in Mexico.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to be like Uzbekistan, but that's neither here nor there. You just have to go there once, fly there, get a stamp. You just got to Venezuela. You go, you stamp it, you come back.
Did you say good. Venezuela? No. But it's a global insurance policy.
Okay, let's give it to Gabrielle. I would love to hear about this. That's a good find.
And to me, I feel like most
Watch Gabrielle is going to be like, it's $400 a day.
It's not, actually. I talked to the representative. It's fine. It's not $400 a day. But this was a salesperson.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why we should get her, and she's going to help us be like, oh, yeah, but.
Right. Because if it is as good, I might be putting it in the chat.
Yeah.
In our next thing, because I don't understand why more people isn't doing it.
Well, yeah, that's the best question to ask, is like, why wouldn't more people?
Especially people who travel. Like, if you're traveling a lot.
Yeah.
And you're traveling as an independent, maybe entrepreneur or something.
Yeah, consultant.
Perfect.
Something. Yeah. I actually didn't even really know about travel insurance until I think when I went to Africa, and we went on safari, and someone was like, "Did you want the airlift package?" I was like, "What are we talking about?" Yeah. I was like, "Oh, no, I had never thought about that before."
Yeah, who was it that had a horrible accident? There was some actress, black actress, had a horrible accident.
Oh, I thought you meant the white one.
No, it was a black actress that had an accident in her hotel, and she fell through. Oh. There was no, she was in her hotel, fell, several feet.
What?
Injured her back. She's fine now, but
Who is this?
I can't remember but I heard it it was like 2020 or something. It was some news.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of what's her name? Judd. Remember Ashley Judd? Oh. When she was out trekking with the gorillas.
She
shattered her whole leg, and they had to carry her story is like they had to carry her out of the jungle for like 10 hours on a stretcher. Then she had to be like flown 3 times. I mean, it was like a horrific story. Speaking of horrific stories, have you watched
and
Lamar?
She ain't looked the same.
Have you watched Lamar?
Girl, I'm not
Netflix?
watching Life and Death or Life or Death or the Life and Death of Lamar Odom with Chloe. I feel like we've heard the story. We know he has allegedly a crack problem. And I think the problem is, a lot of people said who did watch it, he just seemed like he was still in the throes of the struggle. So I just feel like I'm not encouraging Netflix.
Let me tell you what I am encouraging on Netflix. Love on the Spectrum.
We have to start it this weekend. I'm starting it this weekend.
I'm not going to, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Don't. My favorite, because I've been tracking for like is this the 3rd season? I think it's fourth.
I think it's 4th season.
Is it 4th season?
Yeah.
I am so excited to watch an episode probably tonight, because it's my favorite. Because it really is the purity and joy of these people.
Of people falling in love and knowing themselves. And this season, I will say the couple of people who've been on it for a few seasons, what I found so amazing is like a couple times, I won't give anything away, but like a cast member was able to say like, I'm feeling this right now. People who have autism often see things in black and white. This thing that just happened is triggering me right now. But I know that that's because this is something I deal with. And like the level of self-awareness and honesty. I was like, it was so, it was just so refreshing to see. And this is what I strive to be able to sit in that space with yourself and to be able to say, this is me, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm feeling, and to trust the other person in the moment. The evolution.
And I love that we struggle in our heads overthinking it with boundaries and being direct. And they're like, you know what? I'm just going to tell you.
Like, when's the last time you've just said, I'm really nervous right now? And all of them say it all the time, like just looking at someone else, they stumble on their words. I'm sorry, it's because I'm really nervous right now. That is so freeing. Like, that is what we should all feel comfortable. You should not be around people who you can't feel comfortable saying that. Oh, it's my favorite. It is so good.
It is so good.
Yes.
I'm really excited about, watching that. And I'm just excited to spend time with friends this week. That's what I'm doing. I'm
kicking your spring off, right? Spring has sprung.
My girl is here. We're just kikiing. Lots of kikiing is happening. Jen's birthday, and gonna see some other good friends. just trying to find that joy.
Eating in your garden.
Eating my salad all comes from the garden at this point.
I had lettuce from Tanya's garden. Tanya and Jen's garden.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Really Jen's garden.
Got some lemons. I have not had the lemons yet, but I do have some lemons.
Lemons, yeah. I mean, I think that we can focus on so many negatives, but you know what? I think that, besides, you being on a lockdown later, at some point this week.
For what?
Didn't you have a lockdown or something? Didn't you
have, today? Yeah, we were chasing. First of all, I have that thing turned off on my phone for some reason that, like, when you get, like, the public alert, emergency
alerts.
Girl,
to keep that, put that
I think
back on.
When it went off when I was in Mexico for the earthquake, I think I must have been so traumatized I turned the whole thing off.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to put that back on.
Because today, JCL's like, shelter in place, natural gas leak, turn off all air conditioner. He's like, aren't you reading this on your phone? I said, it's not on my phone. He's like, "Whoa, you need to check your alerts." I guess
only JCL is able to basically.
Thank God I was with him. Otherwise, I probably have stopped at the mall and been like,
the outdoor mall.
It's empty today. Let me get into Nordstrom.
And then some sis. Hopefully, there will be a sis there going, "Girl, get inside here. Stop."
They'd be like, "Get inside Nordstrom." They turned off the air so we can shop in here. It's fine. We can shelter in place inside.
Right, and rack up all of the bills. But no, so yes, we are always building, always thinking, always standing in gratitude. But, the headlines will continue. I have one shine to shine.
Give it to me, please.
My shine to shine is for, I'm calling her C-section sister. C-section. Her name is Charisse.
Oh, C-section, like a pregnancy.
This woman wanted to have a natural birth, but because she lives in the state of Florida, she was asked and had to sit in front of a judge in the middle of her labor. And I was thinking to myself, as a Black woman, as any woman, do we have to continue to do this? Is the shit we have to deal with. But I don't think they expected her to. First of all, they didn't realize that she was a doula, that she actually understood.
Wait, I'm confused. C-sections are not legal in Florida?
What they didn't advise it. They thought they wanted her to have a C-section instead of a natural birth.
Okay.
She wanted a natural birth.
Oh, and in that case, you have to
and so she was in the middle of labor.
Something?
So she actually had to go before a judge and a group of white people in the middle of her labor while she was in the bed in order to defend herself and her reasoning. She had her baby. Baby was safe. But all I want to say is the world is crazy.
Florida.
But it's also Florida. But you know what? She stood on business, said what she thought, said why she was making her decision about her own body, and said, I am uncomfortable because I'm in a room full of white people. And they said, I don't think the color matters, ma'am. And she said, yes, it does. I am making a decision about my body and you're telling me I can't. And I just want to give her my shine because you know what? No one should have to deal with that.
No.
And this is where we are.
Yeah.
This is where we are. And I think, look it up.
Yeah, I was just trying to look at it, but I was also trying to look at the same time.
Her name is Charisse Doyley.
I was also trying to look up at the same time. There's this internet thing. This was like 5-6 years ago where it's called the Florida Man Challenge. And you Google Florida Man and your birthday to see what crazy news story from the state pops up. And so because there's always something crazy that a Florida man is doing.
Always.
And so it's like there was like a whole thing about, let me just do mine quick and give you an example. Florida man suspected of smelling women's feet at library leads police on a scooter chase. That's my birthday, 2015.
Okay. If I do my birthday.
And then Florida man.
Okay, now I need to know. Okay. It looks like Florida man arrested after alleged botched castration inside home. Okay.
And if you do America's birthday, it's probably going to say Florida man somehow was elected to be the president of the United States. And on that note, I didn't even set that up, but it was perfect.
I just want to thank our listeners. Like, subscribe, listen, keep the joy, find the joy.
Kiki in the spring. Find your girls that you want to kiki with. Your girls or your guys or your theys. Kiki. Just kiki it up.
Just kiki. Just kiki.
Bye-bye. Hey, it's Jessica. Thanks for listening to Girl Call Me. If you have something to add or a story to share, come on over to Instagram or Facebook and join the conversation. Also, make sure you follow and subscribe Girl Call Me. You don't want to miss when we release new episodes. Thanks for listening.